Welcome. This is Dr. Gloria Gilbere, and today we're going to be discussing a very important subject for your health and your family, and that's chemical cuisine. Do you really know what you're eating? I just finished a book by that title. And so right now in this conversation, I'm going to be discussing highly toxic, disease-promoting ingredients that are legal in our food supply and sabotage our health every single day without us, most of us at least, knowing. No one else is going to teach you this life-saving information. Why? Your grocery store doesn't want to lose sales or be responsible for selling products that may be dangerous. Food companies won't own up to the fact that their products are harming people. After all, uninformed consumers are still buying them, and it's all about the bottom line to those retailers. Our government regulatory bodies, for instance, the FDA and the USDA, are actually promoters of industry. They are not regulators. Their actions have proven that they would much rather see industry earn very high profits than to protect the health of you and your family. Let me give you some examples. Did you know that we consume over 150 chemicals, carcinogens, and toxins each and every day? Chemicals invade every aspect of our modern lifestyle, from well-known toxins to newer compounds with unknown long-term side effects. These toxic chemicals build in our bodies and store within all that soft and connective tissue, within the fat cells and the organs of detoxification, specifically the organs of the kidneys, liver, and the lymphatic system. Is it any wonder that there's an epidemic of what I call the invisible illnesses, like fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, scleroderma, cognitive disorders, behavioral and learning disorders, and even cancer? Because, for instance, over 95% of shoppers purchase food with ingredients that we know cause cancer. Toxic ingredients are called metabolic disruptors or metabolic modifiers. Why? Because they promote diseases like cancer, diabetes, neurological disorders, for instance, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, in that category. And in doing so, they suppress the body's ability to fight disease and to literally heal itself, which promotes chronic diseases and even more disorders. The body's ability to heal itself is literally sabotaged by these chemicals. So these metabolic modifiers or disruptors include, but they're not limited to, mind you, sodium nitrate, hydrogenated oils, homogenized milk fats, aspartame and all those synthetic sweeteners, monosodium glutamate and all of its aliases, artificial food colorings, and any food ingredients that are not normal to nature. The fact remains, my friends, that we are slowly being poisoned by many of our toxic ingredients that are added to our food supply. And one group of those toxic ingredients specifically and deliberately added are hydrogenated oils, or trans fats is another name for them. The World Health Organization unsuccessfully tried to outlaw those hydrogenated oils decades ago. Now we know that thousands of doctors, researchers, and scientists are blatantly warning us about the detrimental health effects of these ingredients. And now we learn that these substances do indeed cause cancer, birth defects, heart disease, diabetes, and many, many other disorders and diseases. Additionally, those hydrogenated oils, or trans fats, cause cell-by-cell failure. That means that they do so by destroying the porosity and the flexibility of the healthy cell membranes. It's kind of like tearing your body down from the inside out, literally. Just think about this. If these oils were fed to animals, it would be considered animal cruelty. Yet they're allowed for human consumption. That boggles my mind, and I know it does yours. Mothers and grandparents, listen carefully. A pregnant mother can impair the development of the brain of the fetus by consuming these toxic fats. Therefore, the newborn is literally born with a declined brain capacity. Are you willing to take that responsibility? I'm sure not. And to add insult to injury, those same hydrogenated oils lower essential fatty acids in breast milk of the nursing mother. So digest these facts for a moment. It takes 7 days to digest a natural fat, in other words, real butter, cheese, yogurt, etc. But it takes 51 days, my friend, to digest a trans fat or hydrogenated oil. We can only imagine the damage that those trans fats are doing within our digestive system as they just kind of sit there and putrefy for almost 2 months, not to mention clogging our arteries in the process. Artificial sweeteners, or like aspartame, should have been banned years ago. Yet, most of the general public has not taken the time to educate themselves about the dangers of artificial sweeteners because they're so intent on losing weight or intent on keeping their blood sugar low because their doctor has told them to eliminate or reduce sugar. Consumers are not aware that these synthetic sweeteners and other toxic chemicals actually play havoc with our blood sugar, and they keep us from losing weight. So the same products advertised and promoted to keep you from gaining weight actually do help you to gain weight. Aspartame is a neurotoxin, for instance. It stimulates the neurons to death in the brain. Example, taking the neurons and putting them into a blender and blending them all up and chopping them up. That's how they're killed. When consumed, they break down into two chemical compounds within the body. That's formic acid and formaldehyde. Formic acid is an irritant. It's the same chemical that's produced by fire ants. It doesn't belong in our blood. And this information and much, much more is what I provide in my free weekly investigative reports known as the Health Detective. You can protect you and your family from chronic diseases, as well as the pain and suffering and diminishing quality of life that results from eating a toxic diet, if you take the time to educate yourself. My commitment to you is health through education. It's the only way that each of us can make a difference and leave a legacy of health rather than disease care. The book that I've just completed, Chemical Cuisine, Do You Really Know What You're Eating?, is available on our website at gloriagilbere.com. We hope to talk to you soon.